Picture this. You are sitting at a red light in Miami or Los Angeles, and a matte black Lamborghini pulls up next to you. The engine purrs with a sound that costs more than a college degree. You look at the driver and think, wow, that person is incredibly wealthy. But here is the cold hard truth that most people miss. If that car costs $200,000, all you actually know about their wealth is that they have $200,000 less than they did before they bought it. In America, we are obsessed with the shiny exterior of success, yet we are statistically failing at the internal game of keeping it. We live in the richest country on earth, yet most of us are one medical bill or one car repair away from total disaster. Why? Because money has almost nothing to do with math and everything to do with your mind. We are taught how to earn it, but we are never taught how to think about it. If you want to stop the cycle of being broke and start building a life of true freedom, you have to realize that your bank account is just a scoreboard for your behavior. 2. Before we dive deep into the hidden psychological traps that keep the middle class stuck, do me a quick favor. If you want to master your mind and your money, hit that subscribe button and join our community. We are building a roadmap to financial independence, and I want you there for every step of the way. The primary reason most people stay poor is that they confuse being wealthy with looking rich. Wealth is what you do not see. It is the cars not purchased, the diamonds not bought, and the first-class upgrades declined. Wealth is the silence of a paid-off mortgage and the peace of mind of a massive brokerage account. However, our culture is built on social signaling. We use our income to buy things that tell other people we have money, which in turn ensures that we actually have less of it. It is a treadmill that never stops. We work jobs, we do not like to buy things. We do not need to impress people we do not even know. Think about the way we view risk. In the United States, we love the story of the bold entrepreneur who bet it all and won. But for every one person who became a billionaire by going all in, there are thousands who went all in and lost everything. The psychology of money teaches us that luck and risk are siblings. They are both a reality that every outcome in life is guided by forces other than individual effort. When you succeed, you tell yourself it was all hard work. When you fail, you blame bad luck. If you want to stay wealthy, you must have a healthy dose of paranoia. You have to save like a pessimist, but invest like an optimist. You must save money for the sake of saving money. You do not need a specific reason like a new house or a car. You should save because life is unpredictable, and cash is the only thing that buys you options when things go sideways. The most powerful force in the financial universe is compounding, but humans are naturally terrible at understanding it. If I ask you what 8 plus 8 plus 8 is, your brain finds it easy. If I ask you what 8 times 8 times 8 is, it gets harder. Compounding is not intuitive. Warren Buffett is one of the richest men to ever live. But did you know that over 90% of his wealth was earned after his 65th birthday? His secret was not just being a good investor. It was being a good investor for 3/4 of a century. Most people stay poor because they try to swing for the fences. They want their 10 times return in a single year. They chase the newest cryptocurrency or the hottest tech stock. In doing so, they interrupt the compounding process. They reset the clock. True wealth is built by being remarkably average for an uncomfortably long period of time. Another psychological hurdle is the concept of moving goalposts. This is the most dangerous trap in American life. You tell yourself that if you could just earn $75,000 a year, you would be happy. Then you reach that goal, and suddenly you feel like you need $100,000 to be comfortable. The moment your expectations grow faster than your income, you have lost the game. Happiness is simply results minus expectations. Keep raising your expectations every time you get a raise, you will always feel poor, no matter how many zeros are in your bank account. The hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. It is about knowing how much is enough. We also have a deep-seated need to feel in control. This is why many people make terrible investment decisions. They feel like they must do something when the market drops. They check their accounts every hour, feeling the sting of every red candle. But the psychology of money tells us that the best thing you can do for your wealth is often nothing at all. Your ability to endure disappointment is a much better predictor of financial success than your intelligence quotient. You can stay calm when everyone else is panicking, you win. Finally, we must talk about the price of success. Everything has a price, but not everything has a price tag you can see. The price of high investment returns is uncertainty, fear, and volatility. Many people stay poor because they are unwilling to pay that price. They want the reward without the risk. They want the gain without the pain. Fee. They view market fluctuations as a fine they have to pay, rather than a fee for admission. When you view it as a fee, you realize it is just the cost of doing business with the future. Most people stay poor because they view money as a tool for consumption. The wealthy view money as a tool for freedom. Freedom is the ability to wake up and say, I can do whatever I want today. That is the highest dividend money pays. It is not about the fancy watches or the designer clothes. It is about owning your time. Until you change your psychology, no amount of money will ever be enough. Stop trying to look rich and start focused on being wealthy. Shut. The journey starts the moment you decide that your ego is not worth more than your independence.